A detailed study of the interior of the earth is done by geologists. An elementary knowledge about the earth's structure is necessary to understand the nature of changes that take place on the surface of the earth. Now let us read about Inside Earth, Chapter 2, Geography of Grade 7. As an onion is made up of various layers, the earth is made up of three concentric layers, with one inside the other. These layers are crust, mantle and core. Now let us read about the crust. The crust forms the topmost solid layer of the earth. The crust is very thin. The upper part of the crust is called continental crust, where it is about 35 km thick. The lower part of the crust is called oceanic crust on the ocean floors, which it is about 5 km thick. The continental crust is made up of silica and aluminium, hence it is called Sial. The oceanic crust is made up of silica, magnesium, and therefore called Sima. The outer crust contains soil, which provides us with most of the minerals. The middle layer of the earth is called mantle. It lies just beneath the crust. It extends up to a depth of 2,900 km below the crust. It is made up of dense and heavy materials like iron, silicon, and magnesium. The temperature in the mantle is very high. Molten rocks called magma are also present in this layer. Mantle can be divided into two parts. The upper mantle, that is asthenosphere, where the molten magma is found, and the lower mantle, that is mesosphere. Core is the innermost layer of the earth. It lies below mantle and in the center of the earth. It is divided into two parts, the inner core and the outer core. Both the parts of the core are composed of nickel and iron. Therefore, the core is also called the knife. The inner core is under tremendous pressure, that's why it remains solid. The outer core is molten. The core starts at a depth of 2,900 km from the surface. The average radius of the core is about 3,500 km. The temperature of the core ranges between 3,000 degrees Celsius and 5,000 degrees Celsius. The Earth's crust or lithosphere is made up of rocks and minerals. Now, what are rocks? Rocks are the solid particles of the Earth's crust. They may be hard as granite or marble, or they may be soft and loose as sand, clay, chalk, or salt. Now, what are minerals? Minerals are chemical substances found in nature. They are solid substances which have a definite chemical composition and have a crystalline structure. Quartz, mica, calcite are few examples of minerals. There are three main types of rocks: igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks. The word igneous has been derived from the Latin word ignis, meaning fire. The igneous rocks are associated with volcanic eruptions. They are formed when magma cools down and solidifies. These rocks were the first to be formed and thus are also known as primary rocks. There are two types of igneous rocks: intrusive igneous rocks and extrusive igneous rocks. Now let me tell you about intrusive igneous rocks. The rocks that cool below the surface of the earth, they are known as intrusive igneous rocks. Now what are extrusive igneous rocks? The rocks that cool on the surface of the earth are called extrusive igneous rocks. These rocks are also known as volcanic rocks. Due to the rapid cooling, the crystals are fine-grained. Basalt is an example of such a rock. What are sedimentary rocks? Rain, wind, ice, plants and animals break rocks into fragments. These rock fragments are carried away by running water, wind and ice and are deposited in depressions. The deposited material are called sediments. The loose sediments are then compressed and hardened to form layers of rocks. These are known as sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks have the following characteristics. First one, these rocks are softer than igneous rocks. These rocks have horizontal layers arranged one above the other. These rocks are mostly formed underwater and have marks of waves and mud cracks. These rocks also contain remains of animals and plants called fossils between the layers. The important examples are sandstone, limestone and coal. In this slide, we have some differences between igneous and sedimentary rocks. Now let us know about what are metamorphic rocks. The metamorphic rocks are actually igneous or sedimentary rocks which have been changed due to excessive heat and pressure inside the earth. Excessive heat and pressure can change the original properties of rocks such as their color, hardness, texture and mineral composition. Such changed rocks are called metamorphic rocks. Now what are the uses of rocks and minerals? First of all, we will learn about uses of rocks. In ancient times, rocks were used to make tools and weapons. They are widely used in the construction of roads, houses and buildings. They comprise different minerals which are of immense value to humans. They contain fossils which tell us about life in the past. They have made agriculture possible as soil is formed by the degradation of rocks. Now let us learn about uses of minerals. Minerals like coal and petroleum provide the sources of power. They are used in chemical and metallurgical industries. Minerals like copper are used in making electric wires, coins, jewelry, etc. Energy minerals include coal, oil, natural gas and uranium. Now let us know what is the rock cycle. Due to heating, melting, erosion, deposition and chemical action, one group of rock leads to the formation of another group. The formation and development of three types of rocks in a cyclic manner. It is known as the rock cycle. Here is the diagram of the rock cycle given. Here is the process of the rock cycle. The hot and molten magma solidifies on cooling and becomes igneous rocks. These igneous rocks are exposed to different agents of weathering and they are broken down into small particles. These broken down fragments of rocks are transported and deposited in basins and form sedimentary rocks. The remaining igneous rocks and the newly sedimentary rocks are subjected to extensive heat and pressure. Then they are changed into metamorphic rocks. The metamorphic rocks, which are still under great heat and pressure, melt down to form molten magma. This molten magma again cools down and forms igneous rocks. In this way, one type of rock keeps changing into another in a cyclic manner.